Hello, everybody. I had the amazing honor of being invited to attend the premiere of the new short film, Poe, in downtown Fullerton last night. The short film is an origin story for a ghostly doll-like entity named Poe. The short film is indeed a short film. It runs about 10 and a half minutes, and it's pretty awesome. The premiere party was also pretty awesome, as the film was screened for a packed house of enthusiastic horror fans, complete with Poe cookies, stickers, posters, you name it. I had a blast. The short film stars cosplayer Spooky Professor as the titular character Poe, a character she developed and created herself, and the film is directed by Rawl Paredes, aka Rawl of the Dead. And I had the opportunity to speak with both of them a little bit at the premiere party about the film. Take a look.
Okay, so I'm here with Spooky Professor, who's star of the new short film Poe. We just took a look at it right now at the premiere party. It was amazing. Tell me a little bit about how the film came to be, how the character came to be. What was that journey like for you?
Yeah, so the journey was a long one. So I wanted to do an original character after doing Reagan, Carrie, some of the other ones. Yeah. And so I found the mask through Immortal Mask just randomly, and I loved it. And I thought, well, let me do something with it. So I made her, obviously she's a doll, but she has a backstory that's tied to Edgar Allan Poe. So this is like a year and a half ago. I got the mask. I started to create the character, and then it just took some time because I wanted to make sure that I created a intentional, mindful story around her. So teaming up with Rawl of the Dead was perfect, and we kind of started spinning ideas, and then it led to other things, and other people got involved, and so it was really a nice project. But it was slower, and I think that was actually good for us. You know,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. How long did it take you to make the film?
So it took us 2 days in that house in Riverside.
Okay.
So, but prior to that, we started writing in the summer, and then we had someone assist us with like the screenplay and like different aspects of it in the fall, and then we were finally good in December. So I would say like a good 5 months to do it, and then 2 days of filming, and then Rawl took very quickly a turnaround at maybe a week for the edits and got it all together.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So what's next for Poe?
So Poe will be at Midsummer Scream, so happy that she'll be there again with her house. Okay. And what we'd love to do with the film is start entering into some film festivals, just getting her name out there a little bit more, because this is one little snippet of her life. Mm-hmm. So we already have ideas for other episodes and maybe like a full length at some point, you know. Awesome. So this is just the start for her.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Okay, I'm here with Rawl Paredes, aka Rawl of the Dead. He directed the new short film Poe that we just took a look at in there. Tell me how this came about, what the journey was for you in making the short film with Spooky Professor.
Yeah, so we actually started off doing a photo shoot.
Okay.
And I go, I want to do something with this character, so let's do something creepy.
Okay.
So when we went to go do the shoot, I go, you know what, I'm starting to do a lot more video, so let's do a little bit of video. And I had a cool concept idea. I go, how about you're normal, and then you kind of turn into the doll.
Yeah.
So she goes, I love it. I go, so we shot it with her with the mask, and then she took it off. Then we shot it with her normal.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then we just kind of did it out of order that way.
Yeah.
And I love the way it looked. So I'm like, this looks really creepy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we did a second one. I go, let's incorporate some other characters.
Yeah.
So we got my friend Brett and Miranda, and they were acting like the hikers. That was, the guy was harassing her. So this is her chance now to show her power.
Yeah.
That she can avenge, like she's almost like a vigilante.
Yeah.
So we did that. We didn't really script it too much. I had a general idea, and I let them kind of like improvise a little bit. And then the cat and mouse game between Brett and Poe, where he go to the tree and she's not there, but it's the doll. And I was loving that idea, and we actually got that doll just in time too, because the doll, if we didn't have the doll, we weren't gonna have the story. So I told her, I go, we need that doll. We got it like just in time.
That's awesome.
And then after that, I go, we got to tell a different story of like, because I was asking her one day, we were at a convention, or we went to a witch's brew, and I was like, the Poe name, obviously Edgar Allan Poe. I go, why did you name your doll?
Right.
Why did you name a character Poe? And she goes, well, I've just been an Edgar Allan Poe fan, like for such a long, since I was a kid. I go, okay, cool. And so I sat on that idea for a little while, and then We went to another witch's brew, the Raven Society, and we saw Sean doing his poetry as Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
And then that's when it clicked. I go, oh, wait, I have an idea. Why don't we get Sean to play Edgar Allan Poe?
That's awesome.
And we'll incorporate the two, like the two worlds kind of collide back in the days.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is why your name is Poe.
That's awesome.
And so that's kind of how it happened. And then we started writing like ideas down, and then we went crazy with ideas.
That's awesome. How hard was to shoot the movie?
You know, it was the thing with the movie. It's what's hard about it is just the time. Like you think you're gonna have, got it for 8 hours, just the house. And you think 8 hours is gonna be plenty of time.
Yeah.
I kind of knew it wasn't.
Yeah.
And sure enough, we were running by 4 or 5 hours. I was kind of like already burned out.
Yeah.
And we didn't have enough time to finish how we wanted it to look, so we rented it out a second time.
Yeah.
And so it was a learning process, because the hardest thing is just doing the different angles and then having to relight that whole scene again.
Yeah.
And that's always the challenge, because it takes a while to like dial in a 2-second clip.
Yeah.
That I only need you for 2 seconds, but I have to like dial in the lighting. And that's just the tough part, because that could take you 45 minutes, hour, maybe more.
Yeah.
And that's the tough part, is just the timing of everything.
Awesome. And then she hinted in there a little bit that there might be more.
Yeah, so we wanted to see how this one does, because the reason it's a short is because we want it to be like a long movie. Obviously, we want this to be like a feature to talk about the full story of what happened. Why did she get hit? You know, how did she die? You know what I mean? All those things. And we want to tell that story, but we couldn't tell it in a 7 to 10 minute short, which I was aiming for 7 minutes. This ended up being 10. Yeah. And there was still a lot of cutting that I had to do. So I'm like, we don't want it to be too long either. But I think what we got, it was enough to keep your interest the whole time, because it's got 3 different kind of stories going. So it ends here, starts with this one, then it starts with the modern day of Ash finding the doll again. Yeah. You know, and that's when she gets unleashed. Yeah. Now into the real world in the modern time. Yeah. And we want to tell a story, even like we can go backwards or we can go forward. Yeah. So we have options.
Yeah. It's a phenomenal film. Actually.
Thank you so much.
I loved it a lot. Yeah. I'm glad to have an opportunity to see it. And it definitely feels like the beginning of something.
Awesome. That's great to hear.
You can definitely tell it's the intent. So.
That's great to hear. I love that.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great. Congratulations. I can't wait to see more. I'm sure I'll see you around too. Awesome. Thank you so much.
The film also stars Sean Boyle and Ashley Briscoe, who give amazing performances in their own right in this film. Poe is available on Rawl of the Dead's YouTube channel beginning Sunday night, March 24th. And I sincerely hope you guys all check it out. It's a pretty great. And Spooky Professor and Rawl of the Dead are both 2 of the nicest people I've probably ever met in my entire life. Seriously, go watch it. And if you're at any of the horror conventions down here in Southern California, be on the lookout for Poe, because you might just see Spooky Professor bringing her to life on the convention floor. Whether you're watching this video on YouTube or Instagram, you can find information on how to find Poe, the film, in the description below. Thank you again to Rawl of the Dead and Spooky Professor for allowing me to be a small part of the premiere party. It was truly an honor. You both are awesome, and I can't wait to see you both again. And as for all of you watching, once again, go check out Poe. Give me a like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you for visiting Planet Grady, and I'll see you next time.